Well, welcome back. The NFL pledging to end the controversial practice of race norming, which helped determine how much compensation players would get for brain injuries. The man who helped negotiate the settlement program admitting this week he was wrong to include it in the original deal. Former NFL player and the CEO of the Brewer Group, Jack Brewer, joins me now to talk more about this. Jack, it's great to see you again. Thanks very much for being here. We miss you on this program. You know all about this. You were on the field, and then once you left football, we saw a lot of cases of concussions and brain damage. How do you see this?
Maria, you know, you and I have covered this for years now, and it's unfortunate what's happening. So the NFL, the National Football League, has been putting players through all types of protocols, examining them, checking them out to see exactly where they are when it comes to concussions. As we know, Junior Seau and so many others have taken their lives. NFL players right now, many who are former players are hurting. Some of them have even been homeless and these type of things because of their concussions and the issues that come after it. But what's so concerning is the fact that the National Football League and the doctors who are doing these exams are using something called race norming. Race norming is when you take a population of people and based upon their race, you say this particular race, in this case African Americans, are starting off at a lower intelligence level due to the color of their skin. And so what has happened now is that many of the African-American players who are deserving of compensation from their concussions are not getting those, because now they're saying basically because you're black, you were already dumb, which is disgusting, Maria. But this is exactly what happens when you start having things like critical race theories and all of these victimization mentalities going on in our nation right now. We do not need to make everyone a victim. And on this particular issue, it's costing a lot of deserving African-American men that put on that NFL helmet, played, and now are suffering. Yeah. Many that have gone on and died, and families that need this support. This is disgusting. The National Football League needs to do something about it. This is un-American, and I hope that they do the right thing in this situation and set an example.
Well, Jack, I'm really glad you brought up critical race theory, because what else is disgusting is the way certain politicians use the black community to their advantage. I mean, look at what the Democrats are doing right now with H.R. 1, trying to make believe that these new voting laws in Texas and in Florida and in Georgia have anything to do with the black community. I mean, what do you think in terms of black and brown communities? What was the outcome in terms of the 2020 election? Are we at record numbers in terms of the black and brown communities voting right now? And yet, over and over again, the Democrats say that this is a civil rights issue, and no comments whatsoever on H.R. 1, which in fact would make it easier to cheat in elections.
Of course it would, Maria. This is disgusting. This is what happens. We're telling African Americans that they're not smart enough to go up to the DMV and get an ID. We're telling African Americans that our president is telling African Americans that we don't have accountants, we don't have lawyers. All of these type of things. This is that rhetoric, and HR 1 is exactly that. They want to use this, Maria, because they want to corner the voting block. The left wants to corner the voting block, and these big corporations like the National Football League and others want to continue to pad their pockets. That's why they support these organizations like Black Lives Matters, who wants to destroy the black family. They don't want to increase the education system. They align themselves with these teachers union, and they're pushing this doctrine upon our children. And so this all comes together around the same thing. But you're right. HR 1 is a dangerous, dangerous thing in the way that the left is playing it.
All right, Jack, it's great to have you this morning. Thanks so much for being here.
Yes, I miss you, Maria. God bless you. Have a good weekend.
All right, and to you. Have a good weekend, Jack.